Did you know the majority of college students will tell a friend they've experienced violence before telling a parent or an authority?
As a friend, it's very important to know how to help.
You could be the first to know.
What do I do if a friend tells me they've experienced violence?
Don't take matters into your own hands. Let them know about support services and encourage them to connect.
Believe them. Be willing to listen. Let them know that you're sorry that this has happened to them and ask if there's any way that you can help.
Be confidential. Just because your friend confides in you doesn't give you the right to share their story with others.
What if my friend doesn't want to talk about it?
Your friend might have very good reasons for not wanting to talk about it. They might be afraid or unsure of what happened. Give them space and don't pressure them. It's not for you to solve. Be respectful. Don't get mad because it's difficult for them to talk about it.
While it's their experience, let them know that there are people in the community that can help, such as the Campus Victims Advocate, police services, counseling and psychiatry services, Hope Works, and RU12. If you don't know how to support your friend, you can seek out support and professional advice at these same campus and community resources.
You could be the first to know.
How will my friend react after experiencing violence? Every person will react differently to the trauma they've experienced. Your friend might not act like themselves and may not want to talk about it. Don't judge how they express themselves.
It is possible you may be the only safe place for your friend to express their anger or any other emotion they may feel. They may want to move on, put it behind them, or just get on with their lives.
Health and safety should come first.
Make sure your friend is not in any serious danger. Ask them if they are safe. If they are in danger, encourage them to contact the police. It's very important to make sure that you and your friends are safe and well. If they are afraid to talk to police, they can call the Victims Advocate or counseling and psychiatric services, and they can help you find out the next steps.
If your friend is considering suicide or thinking about hurting themselves, take them seriously and be willing to listen. Encourage your friend to seek a physician or a mental health professional immediately.
You could be the first to know.
How long will my friend need my support?
Don't pressure your friends to just get on with their life or just get over it.
Recovery time is unique for every person. Don't give up on them if it seems like things aren't going to turn around right away.
They may have trouble sleeping, experience flashbacks, or have things remind them of the incident that happened weeks, months, or even years ago.
You cannot fix this problem for your friend.
Your support can and will have a positive impact.
Supporting a friend who's experienced sexual violence can be hard and emotionally draining. How can I care for myself while caring for my friend too?
If you find that you're unable to support someone for any reason, be honest about this. You could say something like, "I'm so glad you shared this with me. Could I connect you with someone who you could share this with in a confidential setting?"
Apologize if you said something hurtful. If you make a mistake, don't get discouraged. Be compassionate to yourself. You can call the Campus Victims Advocate and counseling and psychiatry services to set up an appointment for yourself.
You could be the first to know.
What if my partner or the person that I'm dating tells me they've experienced violence? Just as with any other friend, it's key to support and believe your partner. Do not blame your partner for what happened, and don't take your frustrations out on them.
Ask for permission before touching or holding your partner. They will decide when the time is right to reintroduce sexual contact. More than anything, be patient and communicate. What happens next is your partner's decision.
Ask your partner if counseling would be helpful to them.
If you feel anger towards a perpetrator, do not take matters into your own hands.
What if I know both the person who's been accused of sexual assault and the victim?
Believe the person who tells you they've experienced violence. Encourage them to seek help. Don't confront the perpetrator or share the victim's story with them.
Don't assume whether or not someone is capable of committing violence just because they are nice to you, sit next to you in class, or make you laugh.
Most sexual assaults on college campuses are committed by an acquaintance or by someone the victim knows.
You could be the first to know.
There are many reasons why your friend may not want to confide in you.
They may feel that no one will believe them. The perpetrator may be someone they love or a highly regarded individual.
The person who assaulted them may have the power to hurt them physically, emotionally, academically, and economically.
Your friend may struggle with thoughts about what they could have done to prevent an assault. Like if they were drinking, they might blame themselves.
There's lots of victim blaming. You probably heard this comment.
They got what they deserve. What was she in his room for anyways? He must have wanted it.
Why was she walking alone at night?
Did you see what she was wearing? I know that person, they would never assault anyone.
Anyone can commit an assault. Anyone can experience violence.
When a man is assaulted, he has to deal with sexist and homophobic attitudes about men and sexuality. A man who was raped may not be considered a real man because he was not dominant or masculine enough.
They might be called gay or told, "You are a man. How could you have been assaulted? You could have stopped this assault."
A man may question his sexuality if another man assaults him.
You could be the first to know.
There are many reasons why your friend may not want to report to an authority.
For transgender survivors, not only do they have to prove what happened, but who they are. When accessing health care or working with police services, identification like a driver's license might not reflect their preferred pronoun or gender identity. Your friend might not be out about their sexuality. Reporting an assault could out them.
People of color may feel silenced or pressured by their communities. They may feel the need to protect one another from outside threats or authorities they don't trust. Some LGBT of color may feel torn between their racial, ethnic identity, and sexual orientation. Cultural norms and customs may prevent your friend from reporting. Their religion may restrict them from confiding in anyone outside of their community. Issues such as sex and abuse may be considered a taboo in their culture.
Can men and trans folks get support from the victim's advocate? Absolutely. The advocate serves all gender identities. The advocate is available to any UVM affiliate who has experienced violence.
You could be the first to know.
What if my friend was drinking or using other drugs when they were assaulted? Your friend has the right to confidential services and support, like the victim's advocate. The advocate can help them make sense of what happened and figure out the next steps. Tell them that it is not their fault just because they were drinking.
What is a victim's advocate, and how can they help?
The advocate provides a safe space for the victim and the survivor to share their story.
Services are free and confidential for UVM students, staff, and faculty.
The advocate can help your friend connect with medical care or counseling and help them find different options for reporting.
The advocate can assist your friend in seeking academic relief. For example, if they're having a hard time focusing and cannot study for an exam. The advocate can work closely with ResLife to provide housing relocation if the perpetrator lives in the same residential hall or if the victim feels unsafe.
The advocate can help your friend connect to police services if they choose.
If you want to be connected to community and campus resources, visit the UVM Women's Center online.